Alright boys, welcome back to another video. Knicks Daily here. Tonight we're going to be reacting to the 111-99 victory over the Philadelphia 76ers. We're now 500 on the season. It's very strange because the entire East outside of Cleveland and Boston has struggled. You have the 6-6 Magic as the 3 seed. So thankfully for us, we're not off to too slow of a start. There's still a long season ahead. And we saw in this game against Philly, who by the way, welcome back Joel Embiid. He was rusty, which makes sense. I'm not really going to hold too much against him. For the Knicks, it did take them a while to get going. The first quarter, they won that by 2. Same with the second. They lost the third quarter by 1. And then the fourth quarter, we end up winning that by 9 points. And it's just strange because we were up, 5 points, and then we end up winning a challenge. Miles McBride hits a three-pointer. And from there on, we just took control of this game. The reason why we didn't win by more points was just simply the fact that Jalen Brunson was once again off. He was just 5 of 15 from the field in 35 minutes, 0-4 from 3. Brunson did get going a bit late, hitting some time at layups, but he was a +7. Josh Hart +16. OG Anunoby was a game-high +18. Cat +11. And then Mikal Bridges was a +5. Miles McBride, 6 of 12 from the field, 15 points. He hit some big threes, 3 of 8. McBride's been a little bit streaky this season. Hopefully he can get going because he's a huge piece to our bench, especially with out, of course, a guy like a Precious Achua, Mitchell Robinson, Landry Shamet. McBride's been expected to score even more for us. Matt Ryan played 9 minutes, which is a good sign. Campaign ends up coming back, plays in 9 minutes. We need to get more guys off of our bench because at the end of games, we've been collapsing. And I think a large reason for that is just fatigue. You have a starting lineup that's playing 35 to 40 minutes every single game, being asked to do a lot. And it's just not really sustainable. We've seen that with a team like the Celtics, who, yes, in the playoffs, they don't really go deep in their bench, but the regular season, they can play 12, 13 guys pretty confidently. And hopefully we can get to that level. In terms of the starters, though, I thought overall they were great. Josh Hart, 14 points, 12 boards, 10 assists, triple-double for Hart. How about that, man? I mean, last season, he was averaging a near triple-double in the second half when he was getting extended minutes due to injuries. Hart was great in this game. And then Karl-Anthony Towns was as well, 21 points, 13 boards, 6 assists. Did a good job on the defensive side of the ball. I posted a graphic this morning on my channel saying that Cat was giving up the highest percentage amount of points in the restricted area. And it just kind of makes sense that the Knicks are only a 500 team because you've got to be able to do it on both sides. Yes, Cat offensively has been incredible, but you have to do it on both. Like I said, if you want to win games, you want to win a championship, defense, if anything, is going to have to come first. So once we get Mitch and Achua back, obviously the pressure of Cat defensively will be put down. But until then, he's going to have to step up. And he did a great job. Embiid, he only scored, 13 points tonight on 2 field goals. He was 2 of 11, 1 of 5 from 3. 3 boards only. Embiid played 26 minutes. It was his first game back, so they were kind of just getting him up to speed. But Cat, he just dominated him. There's no other way around it. So I was impressed with that. And then OG Anunoby, I mean, guys, he was so good in this one. He had 24 points, which led us in scoring. He also had 6 boards and 2 assists, a block and a steal. Efficiency 2, 11 of 16, 41 minutes. This might have been OG's best game of the year, if I'm being honest. He was in rhythm, shooting it with confidence, 2 of 4 from 3. Good job by him. And then Mikal, 7 of 13, 0 of 2 from 3. Mikal is similar to McBride's, been a little bit streaky from 3, but he was taking the mid-ranges tonight. He was cutting. Good job, man. Just all I can say is just go out there. You beat a 2-7 team that is trying to get healthy. And of course, you win by 12 points, which means we're off to a great start in this group play. I guess group play is our group, right? NBA Cup. I'm still very, very confused, even though I cover the Knicks. I'm still kind of confused with how this all works. I'm pretty sure the seeding is determined by, of course, wins, losses, and also points that you win by. The Knicks, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't we actually have the biggest differential last year, which is cool. And for Ryan, he doesn't score in 9 minutes. He takes 3 shots, 2 of them are threes. Sims, 10 minutes, 2 points, 3 boards, pretty much we're accustomed to that from Sims. Campaign, 9 minutes, 1 of 5 from the field, 3 points. And then, of course, Tyler Kolek, Erlich Porty, Jacob Toppin, and Macomb Diadi did not play due to coach's decision. So outside of that, we didn't shoot the ball well from 3, 29%. We shoot it 49.4% from the field. 14 of 15 from the free throw line is huge because if we were to have an off night from the free throw line, I mean, we would have had to have an extremely off night. We would have had to miss pretty much every one. But that's why it's important to get the easy ones. I think one thing that I was not pleased with, honestly, was the turnovers. We had 15. I believe we were averaging 15 coming into this. We were very sloppy. We kind of cleaned it up late. 5 blocks, 8 steals. Good job defensively. I mean, this game was close all the way until the fourth quarter late. Of course, like I said, when we won that challenge, McBride hit the three. Philly, they would go on a run. We'd go on a run. It was just back and forth. That's the thing about basketball is you're never really out of the game. I mean, we saw, of course, the Knicks, even though the Celtics were not missing. I mean, literally historically good to those 3 quarters from the starting lineup, but we were still kind of in that game. Eventually, they pulled away, obviously, but that's just basketball, man. Runs, it's a game of literally just a game of runs. So the Knicks, they realize that they've been shooting the ball well all season, but from a defensive standpoint, they're going to have to clean it up and get a little bit better. And they held the team under 100 tonight, which is definitely what we want to see. And what is that? The third, fourth? I'm trying to think. Is it the third time we've done it this year? I think it's the fourth. Indiana. It was Indiana. It was Detroit, and then Bucks and Philly. So fourth time this season we've held the team under 100. That's very good, man. That's very, very good. It's asking a lot to hold a team under 100, and the fact we've already done it 4 times is something that I'm impressed with, especially without arguably our two, well, not arguably, without question, our two best interior defenders, and of course Achua and Mitchell Robinson. Our next game is going to be tomorrow, actually back to back. How about that? Against the Chicago Bulls. It is a home game, so we're going to get a look at our home floor. Interested to see how that goes. Friday and Sunday, we have the Brooklyn Nets. Monday, the Wizards. And I can't stress enough how important these games are. The Knicks are now 500, but it's crucial that they get back on track and get on a win streak and, of course, push for that number 1 seed. Now, the 1 seed to me doesn't really matter. I mean, yes, having home court throughout the Eastern Conference playoffs would be ideal. But from what we learned last year, it's all about health and just having as many guys as you can out there for when the games matter the most. Because Indiana, I thought, was a far less superior team than us, but they beat us in 7 just because they had more depth. They were able to play 12 guys comfortably. For the Knicks, they were playing a 6, 7 guys. And I mean, that's just, it's not going to win. If I'm being honest, you're not going to be able to win playing 6 or 7 guys, especially if you're relying upon them heavily in the regular season like the Knicks are right now. I think, honestly, we should probably get our rotation up even more. The fact that tonight we go out there and we play 4 guys off of our bench, and sometimes you see Tibbs play a guy like 2 or 3 minutes like Tyler Kolek, but the lowest amount of minutes somebody played tonight was 9. And we certainly could play at Hukporty. Cat ends up playing 38 minutes. We should be probably playing Cat around 38 minutes because, again, that's not really that much, but it's just the point when you're having to do that consistently and even playing them over 40. So, and Cat as well, you're going up against Joel Embiid. Well, he only played 26 minutes, but you're going up against, Philly in a game it's not that important, but it's certainly more important than the regular season. So, but really outside of that, just a good win, man. On to the next one, right? We don't want to get too happy because the Knicks have had good wins this year, and then they follow it up with a bad loss. If we beat Milwaukee, we lose to Indiana. We end up beating the Heat and the Pistons. We lose to the Rockets and the Hawks. So until I see a couple of wins stretched together for the Knicks and good effort, then I'm not going to be too impressed.